Don, welcome. How are you?
Thanks, Mike. I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, thank you. You picked a nice day to come to New York, huh? It's only about 9 feet of snow, but we've had so much snow down here since Christmas. It's been crazy here. It's like Antarctica we live in now, you know?
I've seen it. It seems like every week or so you get a bomb coming through here. So, yeah, we barely beat it yesterday. And I actually like the snow, but I know it gets to be a pain after a while.
Well, before we get to the charity, let's talk a little bit. You got to be getting excited about a new part of your baseball life, the new skipper of the Dodgers, and I'm sure you got to be ready counting the days to get that started, right?
Yeah, it's been an exciting time, Mike. To be honest with you, since the season ends last year, I was surprised how quickly you get into planning for the next season, and actually the next day, we're going over the roster, who we're talking about wanting to bring back, what pieces were we missing, and going from that point, trying to put your staff together and the whole thing. So it's been a whirlwind of a winter.
How did you find putting the staff together? Was it easier than you thought, harder than you thought? Are you happy with what you put together? How did that work out?
I'm really happy with the staff that we put together, but it was some of the areas of it was some of the hardest things I've had to do. Obviously, Larry Bowen and myself, friends, and have a ton of respect for Larry, and that didn't work out there, so that was really hard. And that's a tough thing to do. But Ned was great. Obviously, as a first-year manager, there's certain things that he wanted and things that he wanted, on the staff. But he promised me from the very beginning that there would be no one on the staff that I wasn't comfortable with. And in the end, that's the way it is. I'm really comfortable with our staff. I like the guys. Feel the mix is going to be good. And looking forward to it.
I think that's important, Don. I always feel that's where general managers go a little far. I think the manager, that has to be his working group. And he's also got to feel like, that the front office doesn't have guys that are in every meeting and that's got to be your guys. Those got to be your guys. The players got to trust them. You got to trust them. I think that's very important.
Yeah, I mean, it is important. And I look at it like I don't mind if there's people in that staff that that are part of anybody should be a part of that. I think as the organization, from top to bottom, what we're trying to do is really hopefully what the front office wants done and what our organization wants done. That's put the best possible team we can put out there, and for us to play the best possible baseball. And so I don't care who's in the meetings and who hears what we're trying to do, because it's always with that effort of trying to put the best club out there. And as long as we're on the same page, going in the same direction, it doesn't, to me, there's nothing to hide.
How about a guy who leaves you and comes to the Yankees? How about Russell Martin? There's a guy who has kind of fallen on hard times. Now he gets a change of address. Now he gets a big chance with the Yankee team this year. They've kind of cleared out for him to be. He's going to face some challenges from some talented kids, but he's right now the opening day catcher. How about him? How do you think he'll do here?
You know what? I'm not sure how he'll do, but I don't think he'll be afraid. I think that's one thing about Russell that I found out over the last few years. This kid is competitive as it gets, and he will not be afraid of the field. He will battle. He will fight, and he's a talented guy. When we kind of, the way it worked out this year, that was one of the toughest calls I think Ned had to make this year, and it was a struggle, knowing what to do with Russ, because we feel like there was so much upside with him, what he's capable of doing. So maybe the change of scenery is going to be good, an atmosphere that is going to put pressure on him, but also he's not going to have to be the man. He gets a new start as far as moving forward. I think he'll do fine, though. I think you're going to like his talent, and I think New York will like the way he plays.
We're talking with Don Mattingly. He's in town, obviously, the new manager of the Dodgers, for his Mattingly Charities. One last one about the team, then we'll talk about the charity, Donnie. Did you, being with the Dodgers the last couple of years, being with Joe, did it give you a chance to acclimate yourself with the NL game and with all the different teams and with the talent in the league, to where now, as a shrewd baseball guy, which you clearly are, you now know the league as well as you need to manage the team?
I think so. It would be tough to come into that league as a first-year guy, not knowing any of the players. Just as it would be tough to come back into the American League now that you haven't seen guys in 3 years, even though you've seen their past. So that National League West, it's going to be a bear. I mean, there's obviously San Francisco last year wins it all, but when you start playing Colorado 19 times, ourselves going to be playing 19 times with these other clubs, Arizona, San Diego's pitching staff. We know this is kind of a black and blue division, and you better kind of bring your game every day because each team is capable of beating all the other ones.
No, it's a great division now with a lot of pitching, no question. All right, the cocktail reception at Mickey Mantle's restaurant. Len Berman will be the host. Donnie will be there. 6 o'clock cocktail, 7 p.m. dinner. There'll be a Q&A this evening. We know the weather's not great, but right now the roads are clear. The snow's gone. The weather's not terrible right now. The weather, most of the worst stuff's out of here, so you can get into the city if you're thinking about this tonight. Don, talk a little bit about what you're launching here with the new Mattingly charities.
Well, we've actually been had this, plan coming together for the last couple of years through Mattingly baseball. We wanted to put something together that, for me, I think one of my passion has been, baseball to underprivileged youth and trying to get it into the inner city. There's just so much I got from playing the game and from sports itself. I feel like there's so many lessons learned. And the affiliation with the Boys Club has been great because they not only do just sports and with these young men, they're teaching, it could be theater. It could be, their computer lessons that are going on. And there's other areas that we're reaching into the community. And it's a good feel and a good fit for us.
So you can go to the Mickey Mantle's tonight. You can see Don and everyone who will be there. 6 o'clock cocktail, 7 p.m. dinner. For information, you can go to mattinglycharities.org or 410-350-6226. That's 410-350-6226.